What is up, everybody? Welcome back. It has been a long time. It's been a long time. I wish I could come to you as a happy boy. Um, Unfortunately, I'm not feeling all that great, and I will talk about why. I guess something you need to know is today is February the 22nd. This one will be uploaded right away, and I may talk for a little while after the mission ends. I don't know. This one is pretty hard. Let's see. Okay, F1 is save, and I think F3 is load. It has been quite a while since I played, so I have recorded other episodes in the meantime. They haven't been uploaded, and they will. They will. All the ones that are in between the last episode and this one, such as I think Zhang was in there. Who else? I think the last one that was uploaded was Zhang. So I had probably 4 or 5 after that I recorded, and they just never got uploaded. So I'm going to talk a little bit about myself here, as I have tended to do for these, but this one is probably going to get a little more personal than a lot of them have. So, I was seeing my... Ooh, Lord. No items on this one really hurts. I was with my ex for about 8 months, and things went very fast. It was my first real relationship, and I absolutely fell head over heels for her. I loved her. As I sit here right now, I can't say that I don't love her. But what is almost 3 weeks ago now, I left her and I moved back home. What you will see in the other videos as they get uploaded, I recorded a couple from after I moved in with her. So I moved in with her for Christmas. I asked her to marry me. I got her a very expensive engagement ring. She is a mother. We had her kids with us. For Christmas, we came to my parents' house. And I don't know, I may have to just try force the kill here at the start. With as many archers as there are, I don't know if I won't be able to get through this.
The enemy forces are withdrawing.
It is most likely a trap, but to willingly enter a trap to thwart it, therein lies the true beauty of battle.
Let us reach new heights of beauty.
Shit. Not too late, the archers are about to spawn.
The gate! We'll just have to keep pushing on.
Shit. Walked onto the...
Now, the intended trap with arrows.
Anyway, it was this whole ordeal. It was beautiful. There were a lot of good times, but unfortunately, it being my first and only relationship, and I had fallen so hard for her, and I thought that she felt the same way back. And of course, she agreed to marry me. Darn. Darn. Um, I was in an unhealthy relationship in the sense that she was very
To willingly enter a trap of water,
abusive.
the beauty of battle. Let us reach new heights of beauty.
She said a lot of really unkind things to me. I'm not. If you think of just something mean, it went well beyond that. You can think of the most intimate, personal things.
The gate!
Things that I had told her in confidence
We'll just have to keep pushing on.
that she then used against me later as an excuse to hurt me. And she accused me of cheating on her constantly. Even oh shit, I'm caught in a terrible cycle here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch up in time. All of the terrible things that she had said to me were still my fault. She told me a couple times, for example, she'd say awful stuff to me, and then I'd get upset, be it angry or sad or in between. She would say, "Well, you just can't handle my mouth," you know, or "You don't understand what type of stress I'm under," or whatever. You know, I paid
The enemy forces are
a
withdrawing.
very large amount of her bills after I moved in with her. I took care of her kids.
To willingly
I
enter
fed her
a trap
kids.
of water, therein lies the true beauty of battle.
I took her daughter to band practice and to her sports games and stuff. It was, I got them all nice Christmas presents. I'm not trying to say that if you buy things for people, it's the same as taking care of them, but I did take care of them.
Pushing on.
I gave them advice. I loved on them. I was there for all of them.
Listen, slay us with arrows.
And like I said, she wasn't very good to me. I don't know that she ever cared for me the same way that I cared for her. And it was very fucked up. It was a toxic situation where she never accepted blame for anything. You know, everything was my fault. And I accepted that for a long time, even when I shouldn't have. But what ultimately did it, for me, what caused me to finally give up and leave her, was she was cheating on me. Now, as I have explained before, sometimes ad nauseum with this series, is what I do for a living, which I work at a grocery store. And I am a meat manager. If you watch this series far back enough, you can watch the episode where I talk about meeting her. And, you know, I was smitten right away. And she approached me. She messaged me, quite a bit older than I am. And I was, like I said, I was smitten right away. But unfortunately, and this is, I guess, what I'm struggling with so much right now, is I'm trying to figure out in my mind what of it was real and what of it wasn't. You know, I had, as I went through the emotional roller coaster, the cycle of her getting mad at me and accusing me of cheating on her, and me being all the things that she accused me of. And I would tell people, and they would just kind of shrug their heads, like, that's not normal. That shouldn't be happening. Well, you know, when I would often talk about her accusing me of cheating, and I don't understand why she would say that. I don't talk to anybody. I don't do anything except work and come home to her and love her. And I spend almost all of my free time together with her. And come to find out, she ended up getting promoted to doing the same thing that I did at a different store than where she was working. But she never stopped talking to her old boss. Damn, that was a really good run, too. And I think the key is if I stay over here, the gate doesn't open. And if the gate doesn't open, the extra enemies don't spawn in, and we're Gucci. So when I realized that they were messaging, they were using Snapchat. And she had defended the action at first, saying, well, she needed his advice, or they just talked about work, or I told her, because she had told me that he was already, this man is married, by the way, and she had already told me that she had found out that he was having an affair with the wife of another meat manager. And when I expressed to her that I didn't think it was appropriate for her to be having this type of communication, because he would message her at as late as 9:30, 10 o'clock at night on Snapchat, and it got to the point where it was happening more regularly and regularly. And I thought, well, there's no way they're talking about work at 9:30. You know, it's just, it's not true. But I chose to believe her because I loved her. And I loved her kids. And I loved her mom. And I let it go for a long time. And then she made the comment, oh, well, you seem distant or whatever. I said, well, I am, because I have something that needs to be addressed. And I said, let's go out tonight. I'll treat us to a nice dinner, as I always did. I always paid for the food. It's not a man or a woman thing. It's just, I always did. She's under, or in a lot of debt. Shit. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here by something that's irrelevant. But I said, I will take us out. We'll have a nice dinner, and we'll have a heart-to-heart. And when I told her that I had dealt with it for as long as I could, that it was eating me up, And you know, she needed to
Enemy officer defeated.
end that relationship.
A most exquisite display of might, I must say.
She told me that I needed to just trust her. And that since he was about to get promoted to a supervisor position, he was going to be her boss again, and she couldn't afford to be on his bad side. And that by me being with her and her having this close relationship with him, that I'm just going to load up something here while I'm in the middle of telling my story. I'm sorry. I know this is it's been a little all over the place, but I'm just doing the best I can here. Because this is still, it's very, all of this is very raw for me. And it is very much so true. This guy is about to take over the supervisor position for the district. And so, but she told me that first time I talked to her about it, she said, well, if you showed me more attention, you go to work and it's like we aren't even together anymore. I said, I go to work and I do my job. I don't text back and forth with people all day. I said, it's not that I'm just not texting you. I don't do that while I'm at work. I take what I do seriously, as silly as it is. And she said, well, the way I see it is, if you aren't messaging me, you're messaging somebody else. Okay. And she said, you know, if you just messaged me back, I wouldn't message him. Okay. So, I try to, for the negativity of my job, I get to where I'm checking my phone constantly, sending her silly messages about shit that don't matter, just to be in constant contact with her, to where she feels like I'm not messaging other people or abandoning her or whatever. And I noticed after a while that the messaging back and forth with them hasn't stopped. We had a deal where we had to go to the corporate office of our company that we worked with, and it was all the meat managers from our district and a couple other districts were going to be there. Pretty packed room full of people. And they had told us in email, well, everybody needs to carpool because parking is limited. And so I figured, of course, me and her together, we'll ride down there. I'll work until about this time, then I'll drive down to your store, we'll hit the interstate and head down there. Well, no, I can't do that. Why not? Well, you don't understand because you're a man working in a man's world, but if I drive down there with you, they're going to think I only got my position from sucking dick. They're going to assume that I'm that I sucked my way to my position. Said, I'm not going to touch you. The only thing they'll know is that we came together and that we left together. That's all that there is to it. I just can't afford to not have these people respect me. Hurt my fucking feelings. I was very upset. I told her so. Well, that's my fault too, because I just don't understand, once again, and I don't understand the pressure that she's under, and I don't understand what her life has been like, and her battle with getting respect or whatever. So, we go to the meeting, and I get there, and she's already sitting next to this her former boss, the guy she messages back and forth with every day, the guy who's about to get promoted to a supervisor position.
Zhang.
And she says, well, I saved you a seat. And so I have to sit with him and listen to him giggle and carry on. And so, comes time to leave. I say, what do you want? Because we're both going home, man. And we live together. I said, well, do you want to stop and get something to eat? Oh, I can't. I gotta take him back to his store. He rode up here with somebody else, and he needs me to drop him back off. Now, I brought that up to her later. She refused to acknowledge it. And you know, unfortunately, there's so much that I can't even get into. But you know, I hope that if you're somebody who's been watching a lot of these episodes for a long time, even if we don't know each other personally, even if you just know me, whether if you are a friend of mine that watches these videos, hi Gabe, or if you're if you're just somebody who's found these videos and has liked them and has listened to me shoot my shit for months and months and months now, playing one of my favorite games from my childhood, or any other game that I've played, I hope that you don't get the impression that I'm some master manipulator, psychopath. Both of those things I was accused of being. Making up stories, reading to end. Holy shit. I'm probably going to die here at this rate. I don't think I can survive one more boulder hit. Let's hit this pot noose up. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, do not feel like I'm a bad person. I haven't hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want anybody to hurt me. I just want to live a simple life, play a little bit of video games, and go to bed every day knowing that I'm happy with myself and my behavior. And this isn't even a he said, she said thing. She can't defend herself right now. She can't tell you the stuff that I'm saying. She can't give you her point of view. But I hope that as I tell these stories, if you're somebody who's been familiar with me at all, that you can tell that I'm speaking from the heart. I was in a fucked up situation. And whether or not if they ever physically did anything or not, I'm of the strong opinion that they did. I don't know. I tried and tried and tried to get her to just tell me the fucking truth. And she wouldn't. She wouldn't deny anything, but she wouldn't confirm it either. And you know, she blew up on me. There's so many, you know, it's hard to tell months and months and months worth of this shit in brief detail. But I gave a lot. Matter of fact, I gave all I had to give. And one evening, I had put off. I hadn't played games. I hadn't recorded for YouTube. I had just finally gotten back into playing. I had played the previous day, and then I was off and she wasn't. And
You are a hero without
no, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. We both worked that day. But I had played a little bit the night before, and then not too terribly long, about an hour and a half. Got the new Call of Duty game, talked to the boys on Discord for a little while. Had what I felt was a pretty good time. The next day, I had gone to her favorite coffee shop and gotten her a nice drink, and I took it to her at work. And she had been texting me telling me she was having a bad day, and I went down there and I sat with her on her lunch and talked to her, and I knew she wanted a little bit of time to stretch out, and she likes to nap on her lunches, so I sat with her while she drank her coffee, and we talked a little while, and then I said, you go ahead and you have a few minutes to yourself before you gotta go back to work. I'm gonna go to the gym. And then that night when she got home, she told me that she thought I had come down there just to check her out and make sure she wasn't doing anything. You know, everything that I ever did was
enemy officer defeated.
with the best of intentions.
We must not fall behind.
I loved her to pieces. I really did. And she never believed me. She never gave me the benefit of the doubt. She all the time was accusing me of hiding things, of wanting someone else, of being secretly gay. You know,
Impressive.
crazy shit. Like, crazy shit. And she was the one cheating the whole time. You know. Him married, already with a mistress. Snapchatting, which in case you're not familiar, that app
This area will not last much longer. Please escape.
automatically deletes messages and informs the other person if a screenshot is taken. So it's secretive by nature. And you know, I struggle a lot with it all. Especially with her interpretation of everything. Whether if she's lying or if she really believes all this shit, I don't know. But she has in the meantime told me that I am weak. That I abandoned her and her kids. Sorry, I know I'm not being as verbose. I'm not speaking as well as I normally do. But, let's see, I guess probably shouldn't start at another level, should I? guess really that's about all I have to say about it. Sadly, I mean, it's all really fucked up. I'm gonna upload this tonight, 22nd, and I will say that all of the other episodes are coming, the old ones. There's not going to be much editing because I don't want to have to relive them. Some of them are recorded after I already moved in down there, so they're in her house. So I apologize for that, but for the sake of the series, I will re-upload those, and there's probably some good stories in there. I was in a really good mood when I recorded them. You know, unless you watch them with this context, you know, it is what it is, I guess. You know, but there aren't too many episodes left of this game, I don't think. Let's see, we just did Shanghai, which leaves Guide next, I believe. All of others, so that means Hang Tong and Yu Ying, Shinji Cao Ren, Guy. 5 left for Wu. It's drawing to a close here. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not going to attempt to be a sourpuss for the rest of the series. I'm going to, while I'm on a roll here, why I've been wanting to do this. This is fun for me. But while I'm recording here, I'm probably going to do a few more, as long as I don't get absolutely obliterated. And I will try and stay more on the positive side. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. That is what's been going on with me, or a major part of what's been going on with me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.